Do you think the fundamental teachings of Hinduism can exist without a god?
Yes. In fact, the Hindu journey started. This is interesting. Let me show you the transition of the Hindu journey. Initially, just like the Greeks, etc., human beings are same, different culture, but same idea, same thinking. In order to relate to the world that we see around us, we tried to say there are forces of nature, wind and fire and so on. So we both, in order for us to get a grasp of it, get a handle on it, we started to personify the forces of nature, the wind god and the water god. So we personified the forces of nature. This is the ancient Vedic teaching. So all the hymns you hear are nothing but praises to the forces of nature that you get, sung at the weddings, are just that. Hymns devoted to praising the forces of nature as if you like, in a personified manner. This is how the started journey, making sense of the world that we live in, trying to get a handle on it. Then the journey went inwards. This is where Hinduism scored high marks. They said, but before we do that, who the heck are we? Let's sort ourselves out. What's our credential? So when the journey went in, this is like the pre-Buddha time. The journey discovery comes from an ancient sage called Sage Kapil. Whether it's historic or I don't know, but the material that came out of Kapil is the foundation of Hinduism. It is non-theistic, no God comes into it. It says, make sense of the world that you live in. You are something more than the physical world you kind of encounter. There's something more to you than the physical being. You are not just a material being. This is philosophy of Hinduism. You are something different from what you think you are, not Descartes even. You are essentially the spirit. And the word he uses, Purush. Purush doesn't mean man, it means I'm something different from the world that I see around me. This distinction is the beginning of Hinduism. And this distinction is the same thing that I'm promoting now. Spiritual humanism, not spiritual humanism. This is the ancient and the modern vision of Hinduism.